Hello, you are watching the main news on Zanistt TV. I am your presenter, Henry Himonde. A look at the top stories. President Hakainde Hichilema has called for support in the country's debt restructuring program. Over 1.8 million people get cholera vaccine. Ministry of Education records no leakage distribution in the 2023 examinations. Plus, Katete receives ZNS Eagle Millimil. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has called for global support in the country's debt restructuring program. President Hichilema says while strides have been made with some official creditors, Zambia is yet to sign agreements with two others, hence calling for support. The head of state has explained that concluding negotiations with the remaining debtors will help the country to foster economic growth and save money for social sectors such as health, education, and agriculture, among others. The president said this during the annual greeting of Diplomatic Corps in Lusaka. Kalan Mchima has the details.
Regular interactions with the Diplomatic Corps is important as it promotes international cooperation, facilitates dialogue on global issues, and strengthens diplomatic relations. It is for this reason that every year the Zambian government engages with the diplomatic community for this very important purpose. President Hakainde Hichilema graced this year's annual greeting of the Diplomatic Corps in Zambia.
This year, Your Excellencies, we ask you to continue the journey on helping Zambia to put to bed the Zambia debt restructuring project, which I mentioned earlier. We have one or two official creditors that are yet to sign, as I said. Please work with us to get those signed up. And that put away, we can then focus on the private creditors. And this issue we signed up to, called the G20 Common Framework, your common framework, our common framework. Zambia is being used as a guinea pig. We're more or less the first ones that the world, especially the developing world, is waiting to see concluded. When we don't conclude it, it sends a negative signal into our own domestic market, into the developing countries, the global south.
Dean of the Diplomatic Corps in Zambia, Walid Hassan, who is also Palestinian ambassador to Zambia, praised the New Dawn government for restoring economic stability in the country.
The Diplomatic Corps has witnessed two paths identified from the beginning to implement your programs and change and achieve your goals. Wide progress has been made in this field through internal and external policies to revive, restore, and reform the economy. The two paths formed a solid and consistent basis for entering into a comprehensive development process. It is also constituting base upon which enable New Dawn government builds its achievement toward the desired goal, moving Zambia and its people to a better place.
This year, we've set 2024, with all the challenges that we had in 2023, to be focused on, if you like, economic expansion, economic growth, development, for jobs, for enhancing business opportunities, the supply chain.
Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs Mulambo Haimbe called for strengthened ties between the Zambian government and the diplomats accredited to Zambia.
Your support and cooperation are truly appreciated. Not only does this support reflect the collaborative spirit that underlies our diplomatic relations, but also highlights the mutual commitment to fostering positive and constructive partnerships.
After the official program, President Hichilema took time to engage with all the diplomats one by one before taking leave. Kalan Muchima reporting for Zanistt in Osaka.
Meanwhile, Kafue District Public Health Inspector Mwewa Mwaba has expressed concern over some sections of the community in the district who declined to adhere to medical services in the wake of the cholera epidemic. Here's a report.
The health department in Kafue district has expressed concern over a religious community in Mungu ward of Kafue district who are refusing to seek treatment for cholera despite the outbreak of the disease in their area. The religious community known as apostles believe in seeking healing through prayer and faith. Kafue District Public Health Inspector Mwewa Mwaba says despite the community recording a confirmed cholera death, they are still adamant about receiving any medical services as it is against their religious practice.
This is the area where we are having challenges as Minister of Health, because apparently these are coastal people, they are people who are not medicinal. They don't believe in medicine. They believe in self-treatment through their religion of praying. Last year we had issues with measles. This community was badly hit with measles, where we lost 4 children in one household, and it was very difficult for them to accept. We came prepared. We had 2 tests, and upon testing, it was confirmed that it was cholera.
Active Kalio, a member of the Apostles' Church and a son to a 62-year-old man of the same religion who died of cholera recently, had this to say.
Kuyambira monga ku church bamudara banabadwa mu 1962 kufika mailo mu 25 akalipo yendako hospital olonyereti oloingati oloimozi aba bana bamene mwakopa bonse aba bali apa kuli bana badira ku clinic olongati oloimozi.
Meanwhile, the Kafue District Commissioner who visited the named community expressed sadness at the development and has cautioned them to adhere to public health guidelines.
So I just want to caution this community and other communities around the country that they need to adhere to public health measures.
Reporting in Kafue, I'm Nampiri.
Lusaka Province Minister Shio Muliata has received assorted materials from Liberty Life Insurance Zambia Limited towards the fight against cholera. Mrs. Muliata says there is need to collaborate in the fight against cholera, urging other stakeholders to join in. The items received include 80 liters of chlorine, 80 liters of bleach, 80 liters of blue soap and 10 cases of water, among others. Liberty Life Insurance Zambia Limited Chief Executive Officer Chilufya Nyirenda explained that the donation is meant to complement government efforts.
I am very humbled because really, to be honest, you are the first one that has come through Lusaka Province. And it is my wish, as I urge others to come on board, this is support to the government. As you are aware, government cannot do it alone. Through the Ministry of Health, we need more people, more concerted effort together so that we can win.
When we say we are in it with you, we don't only believe that, we live it. When we are faced with health issues like cholera, and on the back of COVID, we take the approach of well-being seriously because total well-being is important to us, physically, financially, and mentally.
And in other news, Defense Minister Ambrose Lufuma has expressed concern over transnational crimes such as human trafficking and drug trafficking, which he says have the potential to undermine the peace and security of both Zambia and Mozambique if not addressed. Kelvin Tembo reports that Mozambique Defense Minister Cristóvão Chuma says there is need to intensify bilateral cooperation in the field of defense and security through continuous exchange of information. The duo was speaking during the ministerial meeting of the just-ended 12th session of the Mozambique-Zambia Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security.
The ministerial meeting of the 12th session of the Mozambique-Zambia Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security has closed in the resort town of Maputo, Mozambique. Minister of Defense Ambrose Lufuma emphasized the need to curb transnational crimes.
Our delegates deliberated on various security issues of mutual interest, including smuggling, human and drug trafficking, illegal migration, as well as the growing threat of terrorism. These vices, if not contained, have the potential to undermine the peace and security in both our countries. Distinguished delegates, I'm confident that the resolutions passed during this session will help enhance security situations in our countries and along the common border. I therefore urge you all to ensure that these resolutions are implemented within the agreed time frame. In particular, let me emphasize the need for our defense and security institutions to enhance collaboration at various levels.
Mr. Lufuma pledged continued support to Mozambique.
I wish to reiterate our commitment to the success of the Commission and the pledge continued cooperation with this great nation and the Southern African Community region as a whole.
And his Mozambican counterpart, Cristóvão Chume, called for intensified bilateral cooperation in the field of defense and security.
Com efeito, importa destacar que o espírito de irmandade que aqui vivenciamos esteve ao nível da irmandade dos pais fundadores da linha da frente, de que somos herdeiros, e com esta forma de ser e estar, que acreditamos que iremos construir nossas sociedades prósperas, bem como uma comunidade exemplar, como a SADC, que representa o expoente máximo da nossa irmandade e solidariedade.
Kelvin Tembo for Zanistt in Maputo, Mozambique.
We now take a break for some health messages. Stay tuned.
Kodi kolera ndi chani?
Kolera ndi matenda othulula. Munthu amene adwala matenda ya kolera amathulula kwambiri ndi kusanza. Dothi lake limakhala ngati madzi momwe atsukira mpunga. Ndipo munthu odwala kolera madzi mthupi lake amatha kamba kakuti iye amachoka kwambiri kupyolera mkusanza ndi kuthulula kwambiri. Munthu odwala kolera angamwalire m'maola 12 kaya kuti 12 hours ngati sanalandire mwamsanga thandizo la mankhwala.
Kodi munthu angatengere motani matenda a kolera?
Kumwa madzi adothi, kudya zakudya ndi m'manja mosasamba mwadothi kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mbale zotsukiwa ndi madzi adothi. Kudya zakudya zimene zinangosiwa mosasamala posabwinikira. Kudya zakudya zozizira zachimbala zimene sizinasungiwa bwino. Kudya zakudya zimene amagulitsa mphepete mwa misewu. Kudya zipatso ndi ndiwo zamasamba zosatsuka.
Kodi kolera ingachinjiriziwe?
Gadusani madzi anu akumwa kapena kugwiritsa ntchito chlorine. Sambani m'manja ndi madzi aukhondo ndi sopo mukamaliza kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Funditsani zakudya mkwalebe kuyamba kudya. Osadya zakudya zimene zimagulitsiwa mphepete mwa misewu. Muyenera kubwinikira zakudya kuopetsa kuti ntchentche zingakakeko. Nthawi zonse muyenera kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Pewani kugwiritsa ntchito machemba kapena maplastiki ngati chimbudzi. Onani kuti dothi litayiwa mchimbudzi. Nthawi zonse onani kuti zimbuzi zikhala zaukhondo ndipo nthawi zonse pambowa wa chimbudzi chanu pazikhala pobwinikira bwinobwino. Okubweretsani uthenga uyu ndi aunduna wa zaumoyo.
The news continues. Officials from the United Republic of Tanzania have commended the Zambian government for successfully undertaking various projects using the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Speaking after a tour of some CDF projects in Chongwe constituency, delegation leader Islam Salum says the projects are benefiting people in various constituencies. The team is in the country to appreciate the implementation of the CDF. More in the following report.
This is a delegation of officials from the government of the Republic of Tanzania who paid a visit to Chongwe constituency to appreciate how the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, is being implemented in the area. The team visited some sites in Chongwe Central and Madido wards where CDF projects are being undertaken. Principal Secretary to the Second Vice President's Office of Zanzibar, Dr. Islam Salum, who led the delegation, said he is impressed with the implementation process of CDF in the country.
You have done a very tremendous job. I mean, CDF is very successful here in Zambia when compared to my home country, Zanzibar. We really appreciate the government effort, a special allocation of funds, which is increased every year, and we clearly see fact that there is improving in different projects. But what is important that it sets the priority in terms of new projects to be defined.
Chongwe Municipal Council Town Clerk Damson Mukwato took time to explain how decentralization has enabled the local authority to efficiently implement CDF in the area.
What we've done is that from the other departments, housing within the council, we have attached certain officers from the Community Development Office who are helping with CDF arrangement. So in terms of manpower, we don't just work alone, we also working in a sectoral approach as a district with other line ministries.
Meanwhile, Council Director of Planning Bigi Chanda highlighted some successes attained by communities in the constituency through CDF.
The challenges that we used to experience in the past of inadequate funds, this time around has been drastically minimized, because now we are not experiencing the issue of phasing projects to another year because the funds are enough. So what we do, we just plan to make sure that this project that has come from the community is well funded, so that once we give it funds, it completes.
Sheila Makosa reporting for Zanistt in Chongwe District.
Minister of Education Douglas Siagalima has announced that the Examination Council of Zambia, ECZ, recorded no leakages of examination question papers during the 2023 school certificate and teacher education examinations. Announcing the 2023 school certificate and teacher education examination results in Lusaka, Mr. Siagalima has, however, disclosed that a total of 31 cases of suspected examination malpractices were reported during the school certificate examinations. The minister says the incident involved a total of 620 candidates, reflecting a reduction from 112 cases reported in 2022. And Mr. Siagalima has revealed that due to recurring examination malpractices, ECZ has suspended examination center status for North Park General Certificate of Education GEC in Central Province and David Makina GEC Center on the Copperbelt Province. He has further stated that ECZ has since nullified results for 384 school certificate examination candidates, while cases affecting 236 have been withheld pending further investigations. And ECZ Executive Director Michael Chilala has stressed that the goal is to eliminate malpractices by ensuring that all necessary steps are taken to maintain the integrity of education.
Of the 166,501 registered candidates from Zambia, 163,408 sat the examination. And of those who sat for the examination, 80,729 were boys and 82,679 were girls. 3,408 candidates
who sat for the examination, 111,116 obtained school certificates, representing a decrease of 1.26 percentage points from 69.29% in 2022. Further, a total of 448,893 candidates obtained statements of results and 3,354 candidates failed the examination, while 3,093 candidates were absent from the examination, comprising 1,575 boys and 1,518 girls. It has generally been observed that although there was a significant increase in candidature of more than 30% from the 2022 candidature, the decline in performance was minimal between the 2 years. This can be attributed to the interventions the government of the Republic of Zambia put in place, which include, among others, teacher recruitment and deployment, increased monitoring and inspection of schools, procurement and distribution of educational materials, to mention but a few.
And Minister of Education Douglas Siagalima has disclosed that a total of 111,116 candidates have obtained school certificates out of 163,408 candidates who sat for the 2023 Grade 12 General Certificate of Education.
I'm glad to report that once again, there were no leakages of examination question papers during the conduct of 2023 school certificate and teacher education examinations. I therefore commend all stakeholders who have worked so tirelessly in curbing the vice. However, there were a total of 31 reported cases of suspected examination malpractice during the school certificate examination, involving a total of 620 candidates. And this reflects a significant reduction from the 112 cases reported in 2022. Further, a total of 8 cases of suspected examination malpractice were reported during the teacher education examination, involving 8 candidates. The Examination Council of Zambia nullified the results for 384 school certificate examination candidates, while cases affecting 236 have been withheld pending further investigations. The Examination Council of Zambia has withdrawn examination center status for North Park GCE Examination Center, code 7547 of Central Province, and David Makina GCE Center, code 5535 of Copperbelt Province. Candidates are informed that the 2 examination centers have had their center status immediately suspended indefinitely due to recurring examination malpractice. I wish to reiterate my earlier statement in September 2023 that the Ministry of Education will not spare any person, staff, candidate, or pupil who engages in examination malpractice.
We also want to express our appreciation to the security wings, the ministry at different levels, that's the provincial, district, zonal, and school levels, where all teachers and everybody else involved work so professionally as to have another clean examination. It is our desire, Honorable Minister, that on behalf of the ministry, we continue to run leakage-free examinations and that we eliminate examination malpractices.
To Eastern Province now, where the Tobacco Board of Zambia, TBZ, has launched a tree planting program in Lundazi district of Eastern Province. The afforestation program has been launched in Mwase Chiefdom, where Senior Chief Mwase of the Chewa people has been appointed patron of the program. Here are the details.
Zambia, like the rest of the world, is struggling with effects of climate change resulting from human activity like deforestation. With pronounced agriculture activities in Eastern Province, deforestation is equally common. This is why the Tobacco Board of Zambia has come on board to launch this tree planting program at an event held in Mwase Chiefdom in Ndondazi district.
Today marks a very significant ritual in the practice of soldiering on in a way to arrest climate change activities. Tobacco Board of Zambia, Royal Highnesses, government offices, Department of Forestry, Immigration, and every one of us to help us plant 1 million trees by 2028.
To launch a tree planting exercise that not only symbolizes our commitment to environmental sustainability, but also embodies the spirit of collaboration and community development. As tobacco industry stakeholders, your dedication to environmental stewardship is commendable, and today's tree planting exercise is a testament to the shared responsibility we all bear in protecting our natural resources.
Government has put up a number of measures to fight climate change. 1.4 billion what has been budgeted to fight the climate change under environmental sustainability. Each family before the end of this rain season should at least plant 10 trees around their homes.
This intervention has been endorsed by Senior Chief Mwaseng.
Tena shua uti mitengo hizi tizaika koze kwa mwase vanivele mitengo zamene za bwera zamene watipasa mitengo sabana dobe yani. So tikabyala mitengo zamene hizi funika tike konze.
Tobacco Board of Zambia plans to plant 1 million trees by 2028, out of which over 30,000 will be planted in this chiefdom. Abigail Kashweka reporting in Ndondazi district.
The Department of Forestry in Siavonga has launched the Nanyanga Community Forest Management Reserve aimed at promoting afforestation and curbing deforestation. Siavonga District Commissioner Geoffrey Jacopo, who graced the event, has called on the community to protect the existing forest and plant more trees in the area. More in the following report by Mukwengu Shepande.
Cutting down of trees for agriculture purposes and charcoal production has over the years depleted natural forests in Siavonga district. To restore the lost forest, the Department of Forestry launched the Nanyanga Community Forest Management Area at Bakasa area in Chief Sikongo. The launch of this project will enhance the management, protection, and conservation of forest reserves as a way of ensuring sustainability for socio-economic development and tourism promotion. Siavonga District Commissioner Geoffrey Jacopo graced the launch.
Our Royal Highnesses have 100% backed our fight for depression of forests in Siavonga District. On all local and international partners in the crusade against climate change in Siavonga District. Members in Sikongo Chiefdom initiative will be privileged to be empowered through capacity building in sustainable forest management and alternative livelihood options.
The Forestry Department is on course to ensure forests are managed appropriately.
However, with the coming in of community forests, will supplement the efforts made by the department in management of our resources.
For Mukalia Private Game Reserve Director, the area is a prime land for tourism explorations.
We need to focus where our strengths are. Tourism, agriculture. Those are we got so much water, so much land. That is where Zambia should be. And this specific location for tourism is one of the unparalleled, nowhere to match this place.
This development has elated the Nanyanga Community Development Foundation and the traditional leadership.
That a better solution has been found, and we as traditional leaders and all concerned stakeholders will work tirelessly to support this statutory instrument.
The three government institutions in the area, namely Bakasa Primary School, Namomba Rural Health Center, and Namomba Community School, we have to implement the greening activities project.
It stakeholders an opportunity to tour the hot springs in the area as well as enjoying a series of entertainment. Mukwengu Shepande, Zanistt, Siavonga District, Southern Province.
And finally, the Chinese embassy in Zambia has donated 20 laptops and 20 printers to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation as a gesture of good cooperation between Zambia and China. Speaking during the handover ceremony, Chinese ambassador to Zambia, Du Xiaohui says it is also to celebrate the 60th anniversary of diplomatic ties between Zambia and China, pledging more support and investment in the country's technological advancement. Mr. Du states that the Chinese government has decided to continue supporting capacity building at Zambia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, as well as mobilize more resources to support the ministry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You want us closer?
Year 2024, we will celebrate the 60th anniversary of diplomatic ties between China and Zambia. It is also the year of business cooperation, as well as a year of culture and tourism, designated by our two heads of state. China will host the FOCAC meeting during the year. A series of activities will inject new momentum into our bilateral relations and China-Africa friendship. The continued support from the Zambian Foreign Ministry is important for making all that happen in 2024. 2023 and 2024 is only a tiny moment in the 6 decades of the China-Zambia over the friendship, and a witness of the long-lasting efforts from both Chinese and Zambian diplomats to boost the friendship. The Chinese side has decided to continue to support capacity building at the Zambian Foreign Ministry. Today, we donate 20 laptops and 20 printers. This is only the first step. We are mobilizing more resources to support your estimated ministry. In addition, we are offering more training programs in China to the Zambian Foreign Ministry officials, in particular, the Zambian young diplomats.
And China, yes, we are looking at 60 years. It's difficult to summarize it in a few sentences, but you already have captured it. And I think as a government and as a people of Zambia, we are very clear. The infrastructure development that we have undertaken jointly with your support, the education, the capacity building, the cultural exchange, there are so many things that are embodied in this relationship, and ours is just to say thank you. Like you mentioned, we are getting to 60 years this year, and I would say we had a pre-look into these 60 years with the visit that we had last year, which symbolized just the value of the relationship that we have. And your reception of the Zambian government, your reception of His Excellency the President, and also the intensity of the visit that we had in China, which again set a foundation for the next 60 years or more than that, was very important.
Well, that is where we end the news, but before we go away, let's take another look at the top stories. President Hakainde Hichilema has called for support in the country's debt restructuring program. Over 1.8 million people get cholera vaccine. Ministry of Education records no leakage distribution in the 2023 examinations. Plus, Katete receives ZNS Eagle Millimil. Thank you so much for watching the news. On behalf of the entire news production crew, my name is Henry Himonde. Until next time, it's goodbye.